I really would say that Hollywood in recent years has really become really bland and boring. I would really like to really see more risk-taking and more daring. However, of all the safe looks that I saw at the Oscars last night, I would say these are my votes. Emma Stone always has such a great sense of style. I always like the way she turns herself out. And last night was no different. She had on a long sleeve custom design gown in chartreuse chiffon by Elie Saab, and she looked positively stunning. The other person who really stood out beautifully to me was Rosamund Pike, who turned herself out in a beautiful red strapless Givenchy gown that was very simple in silhouette, but it was very sexy and alluring. And I think there has to be that element of allure and mystique coming back to Hollywood. I thought that the actress Keira Knightley looked really quite lovely considering she's pregnant. She wore a really beautiful Valentino, very wistfully romantic embroidered dress. I love the embroidery on her, and she looked really quite lovely. Lupita Nyong'o looked really stunning in this simple Calvin Klein peekaboo cutout dress that was all encrusted with real pearls, and I thought that was really a great standout as well. British actress Sienna Miller also looked very glamorous in a beautiful black Oscar de la Renta chiffon gown. Naomi Watts in Armani had on this halter fishtail gown that really had an interesting texture in platinum and black. It's really missing in today's Hollywood. The winner du jour for Best Actress was Julianne Moore, who's one of my favorite actresses, and she's always classic, elegant, and beautifully turned out, of course in classic Chanel by Karl Lagerfeld. It was a simple strapless Chanel gown that was ivory trimmed in black, and she looked very smart. So those get my votes for Best Dressed. The rest of them, however, I don't have too many kind words for. As I was saying before, Hollywood really needs a huge injection of glamour, and these, unfortunately, get my vote for the worst dress. Some of it is not because they're distasteful, some of it is just because it's just really bland and boring. And come on, stars, where is your star shine? My first vote for the worst dress would be no other than Chloe Grace Moretz in Miu Miu. I mean, I have no idea of what she was thinking, because she should have lost the 18th century hip crinoline. I don't see how any woman would ever really want her hips emphasized. So I just really thought that the entire dress was really unflattering and uncomely on a very pretty girl. Nicole Kidman, whatever happened to you, Nicole? Because you usually have such great red carpet style and panache. But please, that little number that you wore last night from Louis Vuitton was as boring and as basic and as bland and as really sort of a non-event as possibly could have happened. Jennifer Aniston, that dress from Versace did nothing for you because it was all monochromatic and it really washed you out and just really not exciting enough, just a little bit too boring. Felicity Jones in Alexander McQueen. Now, the late Alexander McQueen was one of my all-time favorite designers. I really loved his subversive style, his edgy, cutting-edge, things that he would really put on his collection. But this dress, Platinum Nightmare, that Felicity Jones had on last night with this very awkward cut of the halter neckline and the bouffant skirt, just did not make the grade. Reese Witherspoon, who's really one of the most intelligent actresses and one of my very favorites, usually very, very smart looking on the red carpet. And certainly she did look smart in Tom Ford last night, but perhaps just a little bit too understated. I would have really liked for Tom Ford to have upped the ante in glamour for the Oscars, just a tad notch. Scarlett Johansson, what in the world were you thinking with that thing around your neck in Atelier Versace? I love the color, but the gown was just by itself was not a stand alone. It was just too basic and too boring. Versace, Donatella, where is your sense of drama? Usually you're such a great drama queen, but you really, really missed the mark last night. So bring on the glamour. We have to really have better than this at the Oscar for next year, because this was a positively, probably one of the most boring Oscar non-event gown-wise year that I have ever seen. This is Sue Wong, and you've been watching my review of the 2015 Oscars from my home, The Cedars in glamorous Hollywood, and you are watching Hello Hollywood.
Hello 好莱坞为您带来最大牌明星
Hello China.
Hello, this is Alfonso Cuarón.
最新鲜资讯
Why not do a new character but set it in China?
最热辣大片。如果你想了解好莱坞明星们的新闻，敬请关注 Hello 好莱坞，最棒的好莱坞娱乐报道只在土豆网。